Welcome, folks. Today we're going to be reviewing the CO signature Magneto-on-Throne. Now he's sitting on a Sentinel throne, so I just want to make sure that's apparent if you're clicking on this thumbnail already. It's going to be it's a massive piece. It's a really big piece, and like always, we're going to be reviewing the scale, the real estate, the paint, presence, price, and edition size. The 6 criteria I use to evaluate collectibles. So here we go. Scale. How big is this thing? This thing is massive. Um, I would say if you have the Sideshow Juggernaut or the new Sideshow Gladiator Hulk, it basically trumps that. It's not just the size of it in terms of the height and the width, it's the depth as well. It is it's going to take up a lot of space on your shelf. I would say you need to consider the dimensions. I'll have that at the end. CO Signature says that this statue is approximately 1/4 scale. Compared to XM Studios and Sideshow Collectibles, 1/4, it's definitely slightly larger. It's not exactly 1/4. Um, and those are my comparables. Real estate. Where am I going to put this thing? This statue comes in 2 large boxes. I did not have a picture taken because I was too busy trying to unpack it, get it squared away, and storing them. So apologies for that. So I'm just going to voice over and describe what those 2 boxes are. That first large box, huge. I would say it's like a size of a refrigerator you buy for a small apartment, right? Those are small freezer, small refrigerator size. That is what I'm talking about. The second box, slightly smaller, but yet still big, normal size 1/4 scale box, I would say. It's a size of a regular dorm size fridge that you will normally get if you were a student and living university. Paint, color within the lines. Overall, the paint is done pretty well. There's some nitpicks though. Number one is the red tint or coloring between the helmet and the actual suit. It does not fully match. The helmet is a little bit darker, maroonish versus the actual suit color, which is more red. Um, and it does come with 3 portraits, so the helmet itself comes like a matte finish, a shiny finish, and also some other design as well that's also matte. But overall, the paint was done well. I don't see any, blurring of the different paints onto a different area of the clothing. It's clean lines. Now, in terms of the base, there's a lot of battle damage on the base. Um, Battle damage, it looks like scratches, but they're not. You can't tell. You basically can't tell because it's battle damage. I think that's a great way to hide any blemishes or issues you might have, to be honest. But I think from besides the helmet and the color, there are some spotting on the cape that I found. So the cape has some white spots on the bottom. Um, can't can't really notice it, but that is the nitpicks I have on paint. Presence. Whoa, what is that? This statue definitely has presence. It's huge, number one. I keep repeating that because it is. But most importantly, you don't normally come across a statue that shows a base of a sentinel head that is fully exposed. It's mangled. It's got the eyeballs coming out, the coils behind it, the brain that gets smashed up in the back. This is just a very impressive piece with a lot of detail, so definitely an eye catcher. Price and edition size. Is this thing worth it? Okay, 1400 total was what I spent on this. That includes 1200 for the statue and 200 for shipping. Now I'm located in the States, New York specifically, and this is shipping out of China, I believe. So that's the reason for the high shipping. If it was lower, if you live in a different area or continent or country, that shipping rate is going to be fluctuating. You might get more, you might get less, but I paid 1400 for it. This is good value for the edition size at 1400. Um, Obviously, if the boxes were smaller, less shipping cost, that would have helped greatly. But I would have elevated that to say this is great, but it's not great. I think it's good. Okay, we are here at the closing thoughts. Scale, give it a B. It's not exactly 1/4. I think it's very close though. Real estate, C. It's to me it's a fail. I think the real estate, the number of boxes it comes in, the size of the first box is ridiculous. Paint is a B. They're good, but not great. The helmet color does not match the suit, being one of them. There are some paint spots on the cape, very minimal, but still there. Presence is an A. It's definitely a showstopper. People will stop and look. This is a centerpiece item, right? I wish the other components like the paint and scale were better, which would be like an A plus, but I'm not going to give plus or minus ratings. It's only going to be singular letters A, B, and C in my ratings. Right? There's not going to be any nuances. For price and edition size, I give it an A. Based on the low edition size and the relative price for this piece, I think it's a good bang for your buck. Are you going to get a good return for it? I think so. But then again, there are so many Magnetos out there. Who knows, right? And not only Magnetos, there's so many Magnetos on thrones. I normally do not have this section in my videos, but this is something I wanted to call out. This is my venting. This statue was incredibly hard to take out. The way they layered in the foam onto encasing the statues themselves on the base, it was impossible to take the statue out of the foam containers. It forced me to cut my way through the foam to get the statue out. Second gripe, the bag that wrapped the Sentinel base head has some type of oily residue within the bag. It took me some time to take it out, and after I was taking it out, I had to wipe it all down and wipe it off. That was a pain in the neck. Last item to vent about. The base head, once again, it's the head. There is some type of liquid inside the actual statue base. Now, I found out because I was carrying around putting it together, and then there's a swooshing sound they could definitely hear. That's also something that is not normal. Hopefully, it's just mine. And it doesn't happen for every single statue, but I know for the one I have, definitely heard it. This review was under 10 minutes. That's a record. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Comment, like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.